educators. This is them, coming to you. Right, I've just finished school. The last day for this term, for this year. It's been an interesting last day. The beautiful thing of working in the school is the finish at 1 o'clock. If you're fortunate enough and you don't have any lesson to cover between lesson 5, which means that you could leave earlier because you don't have anything. But I had a lesson at lesson period 5. So we finish at 20 to 1. So we'll just sign up some stuff. Right, what's your win, educators? You need to identify your win and don't say, oh, you've made it, that's not good enough. You need to not just survive but thrive. And another thing is, you not just have to say, oh yes, you made it, the end of the week, and oh, thank God it's Friday, things like that. That's too negative. My win is so many. Because it's the last day and it's my last day at that school, it was a summary from the students as to what they have learned from my lesson and the positive impact I've made in their lives. And the tears and they would never forget me, etc., etc. So those are quite positive because I have made an impact on their lives because my teaching style is very different. I am non-traditional teacher because I'm coming from a psychological background. I know the power of the mind and I know how you need to use the mind more effectively in learning and teaching. So those are some of the areas I've used in terms of my teaching. And I did say to you guys last week that I had an observation. A teaching observation. The result was rather interesting because the feedback was fantastic. He liked my teaching style, which is non-traditional, because when he came in, as usual, I had music playing in the background, and then the students, we went out for a walk because I'd forgotten he was going to be there. We went out for a 5 minutes, like brain rest or whatever you want to call it, to walk around the building very quickly for 5 minutes, brisk walking, so that the brains are ready to walk when we come back. And when we came back, he had followed us in, and then he did his observation. His feedback was he loved the lesson, non-traditional, and the students learned a lot in terms of my interaction with the students, and there were collaboration going on. However, the area he felt I was a little bit strict in the sense that I gave them work to do, and they had work to do, and they just had to get on with the work. If they had a question, we discussed it after, but I had work in hand to do. And you said that wasn't a bad thing, but that was something we observed. But I was quite pleased with the results. And it's sometimes challenging to be non-education focused when it's time to study, because I'm coming from the Caribbean where when you go into a classroom and a teacher is there, the purpose of you being there is to learn, so there's no messing around. So you go in when the teacher says it's time to get your books out and get your thing out to start learning. That's what I expect from them, and that's what I get, because as I said, I'm coming from a Caribbean background where when the teacher said time to learn, it's time to learn. And that's what I have That's one of my cultural aspects, and that's what I bring to the classroom. Although we have a lot of fun, we dance, we sing, etc. So those are my win educators. I want you to identify your win. It doesn't matter if it's one thing, as long as you could identify what really made you smile today and what you felt was an aha moment, an uplifting moment in your teaching. And now that some of us are starting the holidays, educators, I want you to spend the time focusing on you. Self-love and self-care, those things are so very, very important, because if you do not take care of yourself and you don't love yourself, you won't be able to show up positively for your family or for your students. And you've got this holiday period to do that. So do take time off for you. Yes, you're committed with it to everybody else. Now commit to yourself. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay blessed. And I'll see you guys